raise up to a 3,000 net worth lead over VP. And I think you're right. I mean, in general, VP from the get-go, looking at their draft, it's rather passive. It doesn't do a whole lot in the first 20 minutes of the game. All three cores rely on a certain amount of farm. Even the offlaner, Magnus, needs his Blink Dagger before he's truly effective. And the supports as well are a little bit low on damage. Rubik isn't known for being terribly offensive. He just combos well with other heroes. And then, of course, you've got the Naga Siren, who is more defensive in nature due to the ultimate.
Yeah, I think the net is just really good against both the Templar Assassin and the Darkseer. And the sleep can bail your Medusa out and reset for your Magnus, but the problem, as you saw, is that when DK Phobos missed the skewer, even if he hits it there, I think they still can't win the fight, because they just don't have the damage in this early game to back it up. What VP right now have to do is just play incredibly passively, push out the lanes using the Magnus Shockwave, get a Blink Dagger, and just hope that Illidan can get 6 slotted, because it's really, really difficult for them to fight before he has at least 2 major items.
Right. The limited amount of damage on the side of VP, it just seems like it's not going to be enough to kill anybody on the side of Team Secret for a long time now, especially with the mech now being picked up by Zai. You can see they're going for a 4-man smoke here. If they get the right pick off, they can turn this into another objective, maybe even take an early Roshan. But Virtus.pro are centering up at the top lane, playing very defensively around their tier 2 towers right now. It seems they do have some sort of idea that Secret are looking for a game.
Yeah, it's a little bit... Our Secret are really aware of where VP are right now. When you're playing this defensively, your jungle is going to be your sanctuary, but VP, if you notice their positioning, they're 5-man, they're doing the family style farming right now.
Yeah.
They're so afraid to leave each other. They have to rely on F and G sleep to be able to get them out, but this is so inefficient, and it's actually kind of working out because nobody from Secret is farming to punish them, and Secret's going to say, okay, if you're just going to stay in your own jungle, then we'll decide to farm out everywhere. Like, Arteezy's going to go top. And then take these 2 camps pretty much as long as he wants.
Right.
And then the rest of his team can pretty much take their own jungle and spread out the lanes as they push in.
Yeah, if you put pressure on these towers, you're going to force them eventually Virtus.pro to split up a little bit, and maybe you can find your opening. Bottom lane, Yule Scepter is going to be able to catch DK Phobos, trying to blow him up with Laguna Blade. They do get it. Lil stole that to Laguna Blade and is going to hold on to it for later. So might still be able to get a turnaround kill, though. Great pick off for S4 on the offlane Magnus, slowing down that Blink Dagger even further.
You trade a spell for a mag kill, you do that every single time. Like, you're trying to slow down this Blink Dagger as much as possible. If you look at VP's lineup, there's almost 0 way for them to initiate. You can use the Naga Sleep to lead the fight, but you don't want to do that. That's your safety mechanism. That's your, okay, our Medusa's about to die and I can't let her lose all this network ability. And without that Blink Dagger, their supports are terrible at initiating. You've got a Medusa that's an incredibly static hero, and the Silencer is the same way. You're waiting for them to take fights into you before you global silence.
See some lines already being drawn at that bottom lane. Looks like Kuro wants to be able to push down that tier 1 tower. And this, if they can actually get that tier 1 tower, Puppey is very close to his Blink Dagger already. He may have it before the Magnus, and that'll be huge. VP are actually going for a 4-man smoke gank right now. They're going to try and pick off Arteezy, who does not have any sort of Blink Dagger. A way to get out of this one. Telekinesis ensnared up and easily bursted down. Even the Laguna Blade being used in there from Lil, just to make sure they get that pick off.
That's more in for G. He almost has the Rod of Atos. DK Phobos is really close to his Blink Dagger after getting that kill. So that was a significant one, but still, it requires pretty much everybody from VP every single time. And that's kind of okay. It's not an ideal situation, but at the same time, you are picking up kills. And the point of this lineup is not to fight in the mid game. The point of this lineup is just get your Medusa farmed up, hope for our and you can hold the game indefinitely with those two spells.
Right. Look at the very aggressive vision being placed by Team Secret. Pretty much saying if VP want to play really defensively around their tier 2 towers, that's fine. We just don't want to give them too much room to farm up. If they ever venture outside of the base, they want to be able to counter them. I love this early Desolator pickup from RTZ, despite the fact that this build, maybe got him caught in that top lane with, really no way of escape. This will allow him to be able to put a lot of solo pressure on the top lane, quickly pushing down the creep wave and threatening those tier 2 towers.
I think he goes for the Roshan at some point too. They've got enough map control that they can go for it. The danger here though is that, again, you don't know how close DK Phobos is to that Blink Dagger. And at the same time, you've got a lot of different spells to fight in the Rosh Pit. FNG has the Sleep, you've got the Global Silence. So you can Global Silence Sleep, one of the two, and then just walk into the Rosh Pit and look for a fight. So Secret, I think they're going to try to go for a smoke gank beforehand and then establish tempo again.
Ward being placed, but there was already a counter there. And this also makes Secret realize that there is going to be a smoke. FNG, okay, this is going to be an offensive sleep for them to try.
They got to get a lot out of this.
This is really dangerous. They pop the global silence. RP on 2, but S4 has already managed to get the
They just don't have the damage.
They're going to try and burst down DK Phobos. Kuro is going to be the target. Snowball going to run into 2 here. Illidan, meanwhile, just trying to get the rest of his team out of this one with his ultimate, but Secret are still going to be able to search for it. They're going right now. Puppey comes in with the Echo Slam on top of the vacuum. Beautiful combination. Take it out too. The slow is there on FNG as well as God. Puppey looking for the Fisher. Catches at least G. That's going to be a 3rd kill coming out as Curl kills him with the Ice Shards. Now FNG runs into one trap. A secondary one. Trying to TP up, but the snowball is going to be there in time. A 4th kill for Team Secret. BP. It seemed like a very odd moment to go. For a bit of aggression there. The offensive sleep did not work out at all. VP just, as you said, do not have the damage.
That's the thing is, you're 200 gold away from your Blink Dagger and your Magnus, and then you don't have to expend the sleep. You can just look for the RP and hope that you catch at least 2 there, and then you realize that that fight's going terribly, and you're like, this is terrible. Like, we should not have done this. Regrets. And then you just sleep and get out. But without that sleep there, you're hard committed to the fight at that point.
Right.
You win that fight or you lose 5. That's actually how that fight goes at that point. And I mean, we saw it right there. That's the weakness of having supports like this and having to lead with that, because Zai just popped the mech, full HP.
And now, as you said, they're going to be able to take Roshan. Lil is showing himself. Slow him down with Fisher, lock him in with the ice shards too. Lil can't go anywhere. He may have to just TP out for fear of Snowball. Sure enough, here it comes. They go into Lil. DK Phobos managed to grab 2 with the skewer, but there's still just not enough damage. They're trying to pop Kuro right now, but Illidan pops the ultimate, will be able to get the right clicks in. Arteezy is stunned up. Turned into that storm block, but Illidan is completely blocked out now. Ghoul Scepter into the Light Striker Ray, will be able to control him. Laguna Blade to pop him. Arteezy will lose his Aegis now, but it's still going to be a good fight for Team Secret. Vacuuming up to God, trying to get whatever damage he can before he dies. FNG will be able to successfully TP out, and DK Phobos just stays out of that fight almost entirely after his skewer. VP once again going into a fight that just cannot be won.
They just walked in again. They got caught by that Rosh pit, which is unfortunate, but they lose 3 for the price of 1. Not worth it at all. Another huge gold swing. That's 12k already at 21 minutes, and Secret's lineup was built to do this. They were meant to just continuously run at the lineup of VP until VP breaks, but you still have to look at VP's lineup and say that there are ways.
Nice steal. Beautiful. Lil catching him with the telekinesis and turning the Fisher back around Puppy, but he's actually still staying alive. He gets the creep aggro off from Lil, gets the last. Right click, now an RP into Arteezy. They need to control him underneath the tower, but he instantly blinks away. Thank you, Blink Dagger. Now actually Beautiful Mel dodges the ensnare as well. Arteezy's gonna get out of here. Zai, he's gonna be in a bit of trouble. Has already used his surge on Artur, but it's gonna be fine. VP slowed down by the trap, will not be able to catch up.
That was just pure out team play right there. Zai comes in, he's barely any mana at all. Saves Arteezy, who dodges the net with that half-second meld, continues to run. And they just don't have damage right now. DK Phobos commits the skewer RP, doesn't do anything. They actually can't burst him down anymore. They have to just wait for this Medusa to get 6 left. I think VP just have to start to realize the facts of the matter and say, okay, we can't take a fight at this point. Just play incredibly defensive. And they can play like that, but they just choose to take fights at their tier 2, and they're going to lose heroes for it. And I think VP just play defensive, wait it out. Their lineup is incredibly strong at the ultra late game. You've got a Medusa with a Magnus on top of that. No reason to take fights, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the net worth chart, you could see a very dramatic difference. Once VP chose to go for that initial sleep, offensive sleep fight, the net worth changed dramatically. Team Secret were only about 5,000 net worth ahead, and then 2 really bad team fights, and all of a sudden they're above 12,000.
I think VP are just getting a little bit too skittish, which is perfectly fine in this situation. They're not 100% certain if they can win a fight or not, but they decide to go for it, and you learn that lesson, and I think VP is going to learn off of that, especially in this game, and just say, okay, let's play a little bit more passively, let's wait for our opportunities, and they're a good enough team to still win this.
It's just going to be all about playing defense right now. Team Secret is already knocking on that tier 3, the top lane. Arteezy with that Desolator, putting in the damage fast. The rest of VP are actually looking to take that tier 1 bottom, but they are going to be forced back. They have to stay 5-man constantly, so the moment Illidan goes up to the top lane, everybody else has to retreat.
So right now, the Magnus, one of the best high ground defense heroes in the game, just because you can drag people back to your tier 3s. And that's what you're looking for right now, but Secret, what they're probably going to do is just farm out the map, wait for the next Roshan, maybe even smoke and bait VP into thinking they're going for the Rosh and force a sleep. Even if VP get away from that at that point, you've committed to sleep and you know you can take the Roshan no matter what. There's no reason to push preemptively before that. Like, Arteezy's not that tanky, actually. He can still die quite easily. He's gone for this really ultra glass cannon. and build